Hey, welcome everybody. How's the volume? CB, does my mic sound okay? Maybe the music's too low. Alright, here we go. How are we doing? Happy Monday. Becky, see you in there. Thank you for coming. Alright, great. Mic sounds way better if I talk into it instead of looking away. I need to get better at that. So, today, I thought we could talk about why is our food getting recalled so much? And also, I got a crazy new TikTok challenge that is gonna get your kid arrested. So maybe we'll get to that if we have time. But yeah, I wanted to get into these food recalls because I feel like there have been so many lately. Like every time I hear about the new one, I think they're talking about the previous one, and I'm just like so lost. Uh, I don't know what's safe to eat anymore, and like the sources that I thought were safe are not safe. Like it had a few months ago the there was it was found that virtually every cinnamon that exists has lead in it, like all of them. And apparently it's like got something to do with the manufacturing process that allows lead to seep in some way. I'm not sure. I'm no scientist, but yeah, so there were just tons and tons of let's see, how long ago was that? Okay, yeah, so this was like a month ago. um I can switch you guys over. So this is from Harvard, and it explains to you how that you can enjoy cinnamon and not get a bunch of lead in your body. So apparently, there's like only a handful of brands that don't have lead in them. That, at least according to this test that came out, and one of them I know for certain is the 365 Whole Foods cinnamon. So I bought that one. I don't know. I'm not like a normally an Amazon Bezos supporter, but hey, if it doesn't have lead in it, sign me up. Meech, what's up? Thanks for joining. Tessa, hello. Hope everyone's doing well today. Made it through Monday. But yeah, so this cinnamon, I won't bore you with reading through, but I encourage you, if you have not purchased cinnamon recently, and I know that people don't really purchase spices that often because they last a long time. Like I bought like a big thing of cinnamon that was on sale uh at the Mexican grocery store, like, I don't know, like 4 years ago. Uh and I still had it in the cupboard, and so I went and got this 365 cinnamon. But definitely, if you guys haven't been going to the store for spices regularly, if you're not going through it, check your cinnamon against this list, because a lot of the cinnamons have lead in them. And it's got something to do with, it was not a recall. It was just like something to do with the manufacturing process of how they break down cinnamon. I'm not sure how it exactly works, but yeah, you can check that list out if you want. I'm not like a, news reporter or anything. I'm not gonna like bore you to death with details on each of these, but there's just so many food recalls, and it's kind of scary. Just made cinnamon pancakes this morning, says Tessa. Yes, exactly. I use cinnamon on my English muffin all the time, and I was shocked that my brand was on there, which was um I can't even think of the name of it at this point. But yeah, even the major brands were on there. So CB says, I buy garlic powder and onion powder legit like once a month. I use it so much. See, certain things like that, yeah, absolutely. We definitely use certain ones faster than others, but like it's really easy to have, like, if you pick up 2 cinnamons or something or whatever, 2 basils, like you have those things forever if you don't use them. So, just a sprinkle of lead, says Meech. Yeah, exactly. Just a little. Just sprinkle it on. And so this website that we're looking at, Meech, this is harvard.edu /news. And this is from September. But I felt like it was an important one to highlight because it was so widespread. So this is it's the article is called "How to Avoid Cinnamon Products with Potential Lead Contamination" from harvard.edu. So if you type in cinnamon lead recall into Google is how I found it. But let me see if they have. See, that's not even like a good source, because I wasn't even looking at it. What he says here is, to avoid exposure, experts recommend consumers choose well-known brands that are transparent about food safety and testing. McCormick was on the list. They're like the most ubiquitous spice brand at all the grocery stores. Like at least one of them. Like, and they're on the list. So, hold on. I might be able to actually find. Let me switch you guys back over so you don't have to watch me look for this. But I might be able to find the list. Only 6 brands were deemed safe for consumption from Food and Wine magazine. Here we go, baby. All right. Let's look at the 6 safe brands of cinnamon that aren't trying to kill our children. The contrast, I should have found like scarier music or something, because this music over top of this topic is just insane right now, but we'll roll with it. I'm trying to keep it light here, but this is really serious stuff. Meech says, yes, it's still in the main news. Yes, it absolutely should be, because it came out in September. But if you haven't heard about it and you aren't just eternally online like I am, then you would not know that this was a huge thing. If you don't watch the news, like maybe you wouldn't have heard because the news was annoying around September. I understand. But yeah, so the 6 brands, let's find the 6 brands. Okay, here's the ones with the most lead, you guys. Have you, Drew or Shell, that coffee I told you about? Oh, the Ethiopian coffee. I did not order my cart yet, but it's in my cart. I really want to try it. I'm excited. I'm excited to try it for sure. Meech, have you tried it yet? I got it, but I can't find my French press. You need a new. Get a glass one, please. Get one. Get a real one. Don't get one of these weird Amazon things. I looked up French press. Sorry to get sidetracked. I looked up French press the other day, and I was so disappointed with like the things that they're trying to pass off out there. Just, oh Lord have mercy. We'll do another show about about horrible Christmas gifts. I got that topic in the works, but okay. I have a Stanley French press and I really like it. Yes, that's a nice model, yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I'd go with the glass stainless, you know, you can't go wrong. Just keep it simple, you know, nothing fancy. And yes, yeah, I had a glass one and I feel like I may have broken it. They are really easy to break. I have replaced the glass on mine before. They actually sell the glass separate if certain brands. Anyways, okay, so which products have the most lead? Okay, and now these include not just ground cinnamon, but also like cinnamon sticks. I guess. Mostly it's the powder though. That's the problem. So, you got. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I can zoom in. I don't know how to zoom in. It won't work. Okay, but so this brand, this Badia cinnamon powder, 1.03 parts per million. That's the one that I had. That's the kind of cinnamon that I had been eating for 2 years. I'm like, oh my god, it's on the list. I'm like, the lead man is targeting me. So, Spicy King by Li Feng, Yu Yi brand, Three Rivers cinnamon stick powder, 1.26 parts per million. Okay, we're getting pretty high now. Zara Foods cinnamon powder, Ronnie brand ground cinnamon, 1.39 parts per million. Bowl and Basket ground cinnamon, 2.03 parts per million. Then a big jump to EGN cinnamon powder, who had 2.91 parts per million, and the top one, Paras, maybe? Cinnamon powder, 3.52 parts per million. That seems like a lot. So, yes, Meech, yours is not on the list of the most contaminated one. But the problem is, all of them have lead in them, except for these brands. Like, it's absolutely insane. So, so here's the 365. This is the one that I bought. The 365 Whole Foods Market organic ground cinnamon is 0.02 parts per million. Yes, Meech, we're going to talk about that next. So the 365 is a good one. Louisa, ground cinnamon's only 0.04 parts per million. Morton and Bassett, San Francisco, 100% organic ground cinnamon, 0.04. Sadaf, 0.04. And then again, the 365 Whole Foods ground cinnamon, the non-organic, is 0.12 parts per million. But I mean, really, the organic cinnamon was not a lot of money, and it's the lowest lead one on the market. And so, if you haven't heard your brand listed yet, Sadaf 7 Spice is also a low one, 0.15 parts per million. Now, if you haven't heard your brand listed, that is because it is in the middle ground, and they explain that here. It's important to note that Consumer Reports found some products landed in a middle ground that didn't make them necessarily unsafe to use, but didn't classify them as being the safest. So they specifically labeled them as okay to use, but personally, I would want the one with the least amount of lead in it. But some popular ones on this list in the middle ground include McCormick, Simply Organic, Bassett San Francisco ground cinnamon, so the I guess the non-organic version of that one. Good and Gather, Trader Joe's organic ground cinnamon, Great Value, which is the Walmart knockoff brand, and Kirkland's signature organic Saigon cinnamon at 0.8 parts per million. So watch out for that. And I encourage you to try one of the ones from this list here of 6. But yeah, so Meech brought up the carrot recall that's happening right now. And these are sold in a lot of stores. Another ad, awesome. See, these are sold in a lot of stores. And they're made from Grimway Farms. Organic, whole, and baby carrots, affects 19 brands. Okay, this is a kind of a new one. I'm just going to assume the Publix brand is good to go. I would assume it's probably in the middle ground. If it wasn't on the highest, they probably would have mentioned it if it was one of those. So it probably okay. But yeah, next time, if you go to buy more cinnamon, pick up one of those lower ones, because why not? Let's minimize the amount of lead in our lives. But this the organic carrots and baby carrots may have been contaminated with the Shiga toxin producing E. coli. So, let's see. Can cause serious and in some cases fatal infections in young children, elderly people, and those with a weakened immune system. So, yeah, some terrible symptoms from this. Kidney disease, neurologic problems. This is really serious, and this is organic carrots and baby carrots from this Grimway Farms, which is scary, like that. You think you're buying, like, you're getting the more expensive organic label one. You think you're getting a good healthy product, but apparently not. And then let's see, do they actually name the brands? Yes. Okay, so I'll put these on the screen here. CB, I do not see the Publix brand on there. I don't see, but I mean, like, so many different ones. 365, Greenwise, Market Side, Nature's Promise, Simple Truth, Trader Joe's, Wegmans. Like, it's a lot. So definitely check out your carrots if you have carrot. You have baby carrots in your house right now. That website, I don't know what it did over here. Hopefully you guys can still see everything good, because it like totally broke my view here. Okay, so the next recall is these onions at McDonald's. That was so crazy. Like, everyone was freaking out about, is it the burger patty, or is it the slivered onions? Turned out to be the onions. For people who eat that McDonald's sandwich a lot, like, that was probably a scary time, and it did make a bunch of people sick. And my kids eat legitimately a pound of carrots a day, but I guess I would have known if they were sick by now. I think so. TB says my carrots are good to go. Okay, maple glazed carrots are really good, yes. Yeah, I would think that that E. coli takes effect. I think though one of the problems with E. coli, or maybe it's salmonella, I don't know. Don't quote me on it. Again, this is not health advice, but I think one of the ones takes longer to take effect, so it's like harder to track. Maybe that's listeria. I'm not sure. I don't know. That's why I'm doing this. You know, we gotta investigate here. So yeah, this is from the CDC about you can cook E. coli out. I think so. I'm not sure, but I mean, I think the most recent recalls are on we're on raw vegetables, like the slivered onions on the McDonald's sandwich, I believe, are not they're not cooked. But yeah, I think you can kill E. coli by cooking it. But you know, a lot of people just eat carrots raw, I'm sure, like your kids do. So hopefully it doesn't affect too many people and they hear about this. But it's like I always thought like maybe I was just getting fed I don't know, like I'm just getting fed those articles because I read them a lot or something. But I've seen so many of these lately, and it's absolutely wild. But along with these slivered onions from McDonald's, these Taylor Farms yellow onions were also recalled. But I'm pretty sure McDonald's has like their own like whole supply chain. Mayo Clinic says raw foods and undercooked meat for E. coli. Yeah. Yeah. So that is one of the ones you can cook out. Thankfully. That is good. So this one I found. This is from November 18th. Pistachios recalled in Canada after testing finds salmonella. Like there's another food that, you know, you think you're having a healthy snack, grab a couple pistachios. That's sketchy. I love pistachios. See, it's the Nutworks Canada Nutworks brand raw whole pistachios. I don't think they sell those here in the US, but I thought it was a good example just because of how many. Like, look at all these lot numbers. Like, it goes back to May. Like these are, I'm assuming, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but basing it on these days, like if it was like 1 year out, like the pistachios are good for 1 year in the packaging. This one says 24th April 2025 is the Best Buy date. Like, so you're telling me all the way back in April, you guys were potentially affecting or exposing people to salmonella, but they just found out about it now? Like, it's they stop the Best Buy dates at the end are 15 October 2025. So again, simply assuming that they have a 1 year shelf life, that's scary. That they had this issue and they recalled ones back from spring of this year, and they're just getting it out to the public on November 18th. That's terrifying. Like, these places aren't getting inspected enough. And products like pistachios are really niche, and only a few places even can produce them. So, you know, if something happens, it can spread really quick. So here's this one. This was a story from the USA Today where they basically talked, you know, about all of the recent food recalls, but they referred to a frozen waffle recall that I didn't know about. And they also refer back to the Boar's Head deli meat recall, which is another case of you think you pay extra for the better, higher quality product, and you're not going to get those problems. The Boar's Head is the most expensive deli meat in the store sometimes, and here they are, you know, having the same issues as other manufacturers. It's scary. Like, how are we supposed to know what's safe and what's not? And we don't even find out about it until it's been a problem for 3 months already. Like, that's scary. So in the Boar's Head case, it was listeria in the deli meat that was traced to a plant in Virginia, first reported in July, and as of late September, 59 people had been hospitalized and 10 people died. 10 people died because of deli meat. Like, that's crazy. Like, people should be upset about this, and they're not. Like, I'm sure those people's families are mad, and nothing gets done. It's absolutely crazy. Tess says, I had the frozen waffles that were recalled. I got an email from the store about it. Okay, see, and that's an important point, too. Weeks after they were already consumed. Lord have mercy. See, that's the other problem, too, is that you have no way of getting to every single person that bought the product if they didn't buy it online. If you're selling it in store and you have cash customers, you have people who don't use the store rewards card, you have people who have the rewards card like me, but they didn't update it, so they don't have their actual phone number and address linked to the stupid rewards card, because you know what they're going to do with your address and phone number is sell it to people. So a lot of people get the card and then don't update their information. So that's an important vector for identifying people that have these dangerous items, and it is absolutely ineffective. Jelly in the house, what's up? Good to see you. Nothing in the American food industry is safe. It's all poison. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Everything, we can't, even like, it's blowing my mind the brands we're bringing up and how expensive the products are that we're talking about here. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Meech says, this is why we should all just eat at Waffle House. Yes, exactly. You should always just eat at Waffle House, okay?
We're considered a hazardous building.
Okay, you gotta remember, Waffle House. They're holding it down for everybody. Waffle House forever, that's right.
We're considered a hazardous building.
So, no problem. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate your contribution to the chat as well. Thank you. Our government is trying to kill us. Yes, it is crazy, man. I don't know how we're supposed to avoid these things. Here, let's go back to this this article here. You like that? Okay. I got more sound effects too. We'll slip them in slowly, you know. I don't want to spoil them all. Yeah, okay, so they refer to the frozen waffle one. That's the Treehouse Foods company. And then the green onions were linked to potential salmonella after being sold in several US and Canadian stores, including Trader Joe's. Another Trader Joe's product hits the list, and it's like, you think you're going to Trader Joe's, getting the Whole Foods brand or whatever the equivalent of those stores are in your area. You think you're spending the extra money for the organic thing, and what are you getting? The same exact, you're getting the same problems as everywhere else. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Um Costco Costco again announced a recall. Products that include meat connected to the Bruce Pack recall, which include Rana chicken truffle carbonara and tagliatelle, grilled white chicken and portobello mushroom sauce. That sounds delicious. I'm gonna get hungry here. Uh, Jelly says my mom won't let me eat her chickens when they croak. One got swooped and dropped by a hawk, and she buried it. Aw, that's cute. You know what, though? I'll tell you, I have ducks. I have a small farm, and I have ducks, and I've done the same thing, actually, Jelly. I've buried a couple of my birds that were really special to me when they passed away. I buried them. So I can identify with your mom. I have 2 birds buried at my house because, some of them are just special. His voice makes me crazy, but I do like him, okay? Everyone is talking about RFK being hot. I need to perfect my impression of these guys. We gotta, now that we're getting the whole cast and crew, we need to get all their get all their voices down. But I don't know how I could talk like that guy and not blow my voice out. I'm already sounding pretty rough today. I was doing framing today and did not have a mask on or the dust extractor, so I just inhaled sawdust all day long, and my voice is absolutely destroyed. But okay, so yeah, they also talked about the McDonald's and a pet food recall in that article. I don't know how I'd raise my own meat. I'd be the same way. I'll tell you what, though. The ones that I know I'm raising for meat, I don't have that feeling for the same way. I had one of the ducks was a pet duck that was surrendered by another person, and she wanted me to take care of him, and I thought it'd be disrespectful to eat her pet duck, and he turned out to be a really cool dude, and we were good friends. So, and the other one was the same. She was one of my older ducks, and I had her for like 8 years or something. She's like, it's crazy. Like, you don't even think about how old ducks can get because usually people eat them. Yes, my lungs. Exactly. I know. It's so bad. It creeps up on you too because you don't realize like how much dust is in the room when you're working. Yes, my pet duck, he was named Mr. Duck, is what I called him, and he was a Peking, and he was such a little cutie. He was such a good boy. But anyways, back to these food recalls, okay? If I can get through this with my voice here. take a drink real quick before we get into this next one. Tess says, we all just had it in the beginning of August. Oh, wait. Did I miss? Oh, also just found out my work has 4. Oh, no. I can't say that word on here or else they'll put like a star on the broadcast or whatever. Yeah, that's no good. Oh, Lord. We all just had it in the beginning of August, which means natural antibodies are gone now like a week or two ago. Oh, my goodness. Ugh, yes, that is... Meech says, isn't that how it always goes? Yes. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. It's so bad with kids too, like, oh Lord. Going into this season, yeah, get your vaccines, people, you know? It's important for those kids especially because they are constantly just they're like little germ factories. But here's another example of you know, telling us how we can avoid. This is just a this is NBC5 in Chicago, and I thought that this was relevant because they're advising people, you know, what's with the new increase in recalls? Why are they rising? What can you do? Okay, so they're going to try and give us some advice. Tess says, we had to go to the hospital with the kid last time. Oh, man. I hope you don't have to go through that again, because, gosh, that is so tough. Like, my mom, before she retired, was a nurse at a children's hospital, and it is just, you know, you don't want little kids to have to go through anything like that. It's just so, it's so scary. But hopefully everybody is healthy, and you know your immune systems are strong enough to hold you out of the hospital this time. All right, that's better. Sorry. So here, basically, the important part about this story is they say stay informed about the product recalls. Okay, like if you Google food product recalls, there's new ones every single day. So if you do that, you know it consumes your life. So you know, that's obviously a thing you can do is constantly check the CDC list. But I feel like the general population is not doing that most of the time, and we need to have a better system for alerting people when there's dangerous products and getting the alert out there before, like Tessa said, she gets an email from the grocery store weeks after the contaminated waffles had already been consumed. So it's like they would have already been sick, been in the hospital. It's scary. Another thing they say is cooking with heat kills most bacteria. Consider cooking raw veggies such as leafy greens. So, who's gonna do that though? You gonna cook your salad? What are you gonna do? Are you boiling all your lettuce? You gotta boil all of it. You gotta I don't know. I mean, I guess you can cook all the spinach and that kind of stuff. Spinach is one that's known for problems, but they also say they list the most often contaminated foods. So cantaloupe, onion, egg, well, raw egg, sprouts, and unpasteurized milk and cheese. So I feel like, you know, most people aren't consuming raw eggs or unpasteurized milk and cheese, but I definitely have. It's good. Unpasteurized milk tastes good. I understand why people avoid it, you know? We don't, why put yourself at risk? It's like the cinnamon thing. Like, why would you intentionally get one that you know has lead in it? However, we can protect ourselves out here. You know? So here's another story from Costco. 80,000 pounds of butter recalled. This one's kind of silly. It's declared, it's over an undeclared allergen. And that allergen, let's see how they put it in the article. Oh man, they're just really laying all the fluff on. Okay, so the butter, the 80,000 pounds of butter are going to waste because the words contains milk was not printed on the side. Lord have mercy, please. If you cannot eat lactose products, I think that you would know that butter is gonna contain milk. But whatever, you know, I guess throw it in the trash, right? So the next one is from Aldi, okay? The Let's Party vegetable bao buns allergy alert, as they may contain sesame and duck meat. How do they contain duck meat? Please tell me. I don't understand. These ads are insane, by the way. I hope you guys can still see the screen because my my self view has glitched out on me here, but Aldi has recalled the Let's Party vegetable bao buns because I guess so the sesame issue is because Tess says it's butter. What do you think it contains? Exactly. Like, you're telling me we have to throw away 80,000 pounds of butter because people might not know that it contains milk? Like, please help us as a society, please. Like, man, we are cooked. Okay, so the sesame is a common allergen. We do need to take allergens seriously. So sesame is a common allergen, and that is why that part was in there. But I don't understand how duck meat made it into a bun. I'm not familiar with the Let's Party vegetable bao buns. But sesame could be sesame oil, which is not, easy to, you can't see when someone's used this. It's not like the sesame seeds, but I mean, duck meat, there's duck meat in the buns, guys, watch out. Also, there's 5,000 ads. Don't go to this website if you want to learn about the duck meat buns, okay? Go to a different one. Lord have mercy. The internet is unusable right now. We could do a whole episode about that. So throw out this onion soup mix ASAP, you guys. This is the ShopRite Bowl and Basket onion soup mix because they did not disclose the egg allergen. So, if you're allergic to eggs, throw everything away. What is this? How am I supposed to read about what's killing me if you're gonna give me a full page ad? It says 2 lots were affected. 2-ounce cartons with the best buy dates of September 27th, 2025 and October 11th, 2025. Okay, guys? So if you've been to ShopRite's, Wake Ferns, in Elizabeth, New Jersey, watch yourself because it's there's egg, and we have not been warned. Uh, and here's another one. FDA. This is November 16th, guys. FDA recalls taco kits in 31 states due to listeria. Listeria in the taco kit, guys. How is this? I don't. I need to learn about. I don't know how this is even possible. What's it? Look again. Like, what is this? Why are you doing this? Okay. CB says people are insane. Yes, they are. I don't know. I mean, we need help if we can't identify that there's milk in butter, people. Butter is a milk product. If you are watching the replay and you're not familiar with how butter is made, it comes from raw milk. No, but I looked into becoming one. Seems like a good gig. Being a notary, yes, that would be a cool gig. I always thought that would be cool too, to have that as a side thing, because I'm constantly like, well, whatever. Car titles and stuff like that's nice to just have a notary around for business, to not have to pay someone every time. Beach says, if I can't eat a taco, just put me down like an animal. Yes, exactly. Me too, dude. I love me some tacos. I just had some a couple days ago. There was a taco place by a job site I was working at, and I could not resist because I hadn't tried it before. CB, the problem is most kids aren't even taught where food comes from. Yes, exactly. And now they're grown and they still don't know. So, yes, it is important that we have this in the news. I'm going to have to become a notary for all the permits down here. Yeah, I mean, it's easier to be a notary than not have to pay somebody to go through and sign and stamp and blah, blah, blah. I started the process years ago and never finished, Tessa says. Well, you should. Keep it going. You can, Meech says you should, and then it can be a side hustle as well. Exactly, yeah. Why not? You could offer mobile services, or you could do, whatever. I don't know exactly how the notary business works. Meech says, Tessa, you seem like the notary type. Yes, you do. I feel like you definitely would have it together. You seem like the organized type. I did accounting. I should have been. Yes, see? I knew it. Tacos are life also. Yes, absolutely. So in the taco kit, are we on the right thing? Yes. Okay. Can you guys see this article? The Home Chef Chicken Street Tacos were initially recalled in October, contained chicken supplied by Bruce Pack. At the time, the recall was classified by the FDA as a Class 1, and now it's been downgraded to a Class 2. Class 1 is the most dangerous type of recall. Class 2 recall is a situation in which use or exposure may cause temporary or medically reversible adverse health consequences. I believe the distinction with Class 1 is irreversible consequences. Don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. But the affected product was distributed to Kroger locations in, a lot, like 30 states. So Ohio is in there. I know we got a lot of Ohio in here. Florida is not in there, CB. And Kansas and Missouri are in there. So watch out, y'all, if you have the Home Chef Chicken Street Tacos from Bruce Pack. Kroger says, do not eat the recalled product and return it for a full refund. You can call Bruce Pack at this number if you want to make sure your item is not included in the recall. But yeah, so that's all the ones I found for now. But it's not the end. There's so many of these, so keep an eye out. You know, you gotta look out there because you never know the next thing that's gonna get recalled. So I thought before we end, we could talk about this insane new TikTok trend. Okay? And it it is let's see here. Get you guys back. So
my dog started barking. I got up.
This is called the Door Kick Challenge. Okay. Let me know if you guys can't hear the video or see it. But the challenge is to kick the door. Sometimes they kick in the door, they kick it until it breaks open. Sometimes they're just doing a flying kick like this. But I can tell you this is a good way to break your leg, or, you know, have a homeowner react in a dangerous way, you know what I mean?
My dog started barking. I got up. Came outside.
But all he saw were a few kids waiting for the bus. He says criminals targeted his home before, stealing thousands of dollars worth of things from his car. So Anthony Vogt couldn't help but think the worst.
So he goes into like describe obviously what a lot of people would think when your door is being kicked in. You think, oh my gosh, I'm being robbed. So here is another video. Oh my gosh, I am terrible at this, y'all. Sorry. I should have had all of these also pulled up in a separate thing, but let's see. Becky says, I would dare a kid to do this. I know, right? CB says, same. Yes, dude. Like, these kids are brave out here. Like, look. Did that pull up the same one? What just happened? Look at this. This dude's door swings open. He looks like he's in an apartment complex. I don't know why they've added this music to it, but that is so scary. Like, someone kicking your door in, you definitely are not expecting that, and you definitely would certainly be forgiven for thinking that the person was trying to do you harm, because why else would you kick a door? So it's definitely concerning. Here's another one. Oh no, not that song. We're gonna get the stream taken down. So these kids are doing the challenge again here, and they clearly have heard about the challenge and decided they're gonna do it together because they're both afraid to do it alone. So here they are, ready, and oh, 2 kicks, and then run for your life. I don't know. It's I don't know why that's funny to people. I guess like the ding dong ditch thing used to be a thing, but I just don't understand why they would risk why would they risk, you're gonna get charged with a crime. Look here, he kicked the door open again, and then this guy comes running out. He's ready. People are ready, and it's gotten so bad that one guy in Canada installed a tripwire. I got to be careful on this one because they show some of the injuries that occurred after, and we can't show those on YouTube. They get mad. But so if you try to find this, I'll caution you. If you try to find this video, hold on, I'm missing the chat here. Meech says kids are stupid. Yes. Yes, Becky, exactly. Like, especially, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, someone kicks your door in. Like, I can imagine a lot of people would react the same way, and would be certainly forgiven for doing so. But if you are going to search this video out, a lot of people, because this has gone viral, have used this thumbnail as the thumbnail for their video to get you to watch some stupid thing. I'm very sorry, I'm unfamiliar with TikTok, so like I don't understand how you can click on one thing and then it shows you a different thing. It's very confusing to me, but yeah, so here is this kid. Now, what you need to know for this video is in between these two posts, there's a tripwire installed, okay? Which is a crime to, this is in Canada, but it's a crime in a lot of places here in the US as well, to install any kind of trap that will injure a person, even if it's an intruder. So here, the kid has done the door kick challenge, and clearly this has happened to this guy a bunch, and he is tired of it, okay? And this kid gets some serious air on this thing, and wearing just the absolute worst. I mean, I'm not on the kid's side here. He's not doing the right thing. But, child, if you're gonna go out committing crimes, why are you wearing these slippers? You wearing your house shoes? What are you doing here? And then he's got his skinny jeans on. He can barely walk. Okay? And he is super cool. He does his kick of the door. And then he is so mad. And yeah, so he just falls down immediately. I'll back it up here so you can see how quick it happens, but it's so good. Boom. Like, immediately falls down. It's so good. Yeah, surely not one person either. Yeah, exactly. This has been happening to this guy a lot, for him to go through the trouble to set up the wire and reposition the camera right at it. Like, he knew what he was doing, but also justice, Like, it didn't... Now, they do show the injuries in this video if you want to check it out. I'm not going to show that part, but yeah, the both of them end up getting injured, actually. I think the homeowner trips on his own tripwire here. Let's see. Yeah, so he falls down. Yeah, so here comes the guy chasing him. Yeah, and then he falls down as well. So, Uh, if you want to check that out, who is this account from? I don't know. Wonder Mike 044 posted this one. But yeah, so I'll leave you with that. Watch your kids out there and watch out for these door kicking challenge people, because what a dumb thing to even do. Yeah, definitely if you have teenagers in your life, tell them not to do that, because that could end badly, exactly like Becky said. And yeah, keep an eye out for these food recalls, because apparently we need to check the CDC website every single day before we figure out what we're gonna have to eat. And I just, they always tell us, get the known brands, get the organic, get this, get that. It doesn't matter how much money you spend. You get the fanciest brand, the organic this, organic that, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's everything's dangerous and scary and coming for us. So be careful out there. Thank you for watching. And I got some great stuff coming up on Friday. So we'll see you on Friday at 6 o'clock. Peace.